Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for tuning in. So I'm going to be touching on the interview that Jayde Blac, who is now known as Jayde Bleu, done with Guh deh phillip. Firstly, I just want to say thank you to the person who sent me the video. You know who you be. I'm just going to basically talk about my opinion on it, do you get what I mean, and put my 2 pence. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section. If you didn't watch the interview, you guys go ahead to Guh deh's channel and watch it. It was very insightful, especially because we talk a lot about UK drama and UK influence, and a lot of people really pour in when it comes to the drama. It's important that we understand the people behind the drama and not just attach the drama to them. You guys support my channel. In the description is my PayPal. Let's jump right into the video. It was quite a lengthy video. It was like 58 minutes long, I believe. It was titled Jayde Bleu, I Don't Recruit Girls. Boom. Great title. It was Guh deh and Jay's first time of meeting, even though they had associates before. So my initial thought when I first saw it, I was like, okay, I don't recruit, which is something that a lot of people associated Jayde with, especially with this whole thing that happened with Dubai. And secondly, with past issues that she's had, not directly with him, I personally felt like it was extremely brave of her for her to jump on this interview. She looked nervous at first. You could say she even said it herself. She was a little bit apprehensive. I like the fact that she kind of took us on a journey. If you guys know of Jayde, or if you don't know, she was a YouTuber. She's somebody who has been very much known for negativity. When you think about UK drama, she will be somebody in that list, in that top list, and a lot of people know her for that. I did a couple of videos on her about it, about some of the things that came out about her. So this was a really good opportunity for her to be open, be vulnerable, for her to show us her authentic self outside of the drama. She spoke about her background, her growing up, her family dynamic, and also how she got into some of the things that she got into. So that was quite interesting, because sometimes with drama it's basically one person against the other, because we're not really in there, so we can only hear two sides of the story and just kind of place our judgments on that. She spoke about her sexuality, she spoke about how that came about, she spoke about a lot of things, and she was open to answer the questions, which I liked. And when she didn't really know how to open it, she didn't seem defensive about it. It was just genuinely like, I want to answer this, but how do I say this? What I liked about God, he could relate to a lot of the things that she was trying to say because of his past and his history. So where she was kind of stuck, he was able to pull her out, and he was able to help her put her words together a little bit. He was able to direct her words. It was her first time doing this type of interview, so of course it's not going to be perfect and polished, which sometimes when you watch interviews is better that way, because you get more of like that authentic feel. Sometimes people who are trained to do interviews, you don't really get the authenticity. You kind of just, they're trained for it. So it was good to see that it was bare from both sides. What I really liked is that when she was like talking, she would like go in and out of character. What I mean by that, it was like, it was still her, but you know when you are in your natural environment and you're goofy and you're like yourself, your personality comes out. I like the fact that I saw bits of that coming out. It was almost like she would come out of herself, she'll go back into the room, and then she'll come back. Like, do you get what I mean? I don't know if you guys noticed that. I like the fact that I saw those parts of her, because it showed me the person and not the quote unquote the brand, or not what everybody sees Jayde Blac. Like, it showed me a little bit of her personality. I don't know why this is random, but I like the fact that she wasn't like going into this American thing that a lot of black UK girls do, but it was just like in her natural accent, in her natural self. Like, I really like that. I think it was a really great interview. I think people got to see her. She spoke about her not wanting to be known as Jayde Blac, but changing her name to Jayde Bleu, which was really interesting, because there was a video that I'd done about Miss Our Fabulous, and I was talking about the brand and the name and the association, that the attachment that name has with certain events that people store in their memory. It's not anybody's fault for doing this. I think it's just part of the natural psyche. There's certain things that are just stuck in your memory, and it's just the way that your brain processes things. It happens a lot with our senses. I don't know if you guys have ever experienced this, but there might be a particular smell that when you smell it, it reminds you of someone. You might be in town and then somebody goes past you and they have that scent. Your brain just takes you back to a certain time, to a memory, and it evokes an emotion. It's like that smell is attached to a particular memory, and it's a bit like that when you hear, for example, Jayde Blac, Miss Our Fabulous. When you hear certain names, you naturally associate it to a particular type of event that your memory has stored. Because of that name is associated with drama, people are gonna find it extremely hard and difficult to revert that. What Jayde has done is so key to growth. Sometimes you want to keep your name because your name is what people know you as, and in order for you to make more money, or for you to stay relevant or stay recognized, you feel that pressure to keep your name. You don't want to lose your name. But what she's done is so key for her stage of development and change, is to actually detach herself from that name Jayde Blac and actually put on a new persona, Jayde Bleu. This is going to make it easier for people to see her in a different way because it's a different name, so they can picture a different person. Your name is part of your identity, and you can't expect people to identify you as somebody else if you don't change your name. And that's why a lot of transgenders, for example, they can't be like, I was always known as Paul, I identify myself as a woman, I'm still going to be called Paul, because it's a whole identity change, because people are always going to be associating me with Paul, but I'm no longer Paul. So psychologically, changing your name is so important to your development and your growth. So the fact that she's done that, to me, shows that she's actually genuinely serious about really not being associated or having the negativity of Jayde Blac lingering around her. Now, of course, it's not something that's going to happen overnight, but it's a good first step. She obviously touched on about her starting to do music. I don't really know what music she's going to do. She said that she's going to go into the rapping scene. There was a little clip that I saw of, it was literally like a 5 second, if that even. I don't know what that's going to be like. That's going to be quite interesting to see. When I was reading some of the comments under that clip, there wasn't really much great comments. It was a little bit negative. I feel like she's got the image. I feel like she's got something about her which I can see her doing music. She was saying something about the whole city girls but Essex style. It's like we don't need, to me personally, I just feel like when it comes to music, we don't need any more of, I just feel like UK artists should just find their own identity when it comes to music. It's not a competition with like American artists and UK artists, but I just feel like, do we not have our own individuality in the UK scene? Why do we have to take what Americans do? It's hard for us to see UK's entertainment because a lot of the black scene in the UK tried to duplicate Americans. Sorry, just going off topic for 1 second. I was watching Why Do We Get Married? I think that's what it's called, a Tyler Perry film. I was just thinking in my head, wow, like this is so beautiful to see, like all black cast, black director, like just basically just black. Like there's just a lot of black, and I was just like, yeah, I love it. It was about love, and you know Tyler Perry movies, they're very powerful. Like I love Tyler Perry. One thing I love about Tyler Perry films is that it projects a lot of black love, black culture. There's just something warm about his production. When I think about UK films, for example, a lot of it is like violence, street culture, drugs, roadman, and this and that, like guns and shanking. And I'm like, is that all we've seen? Like, is that all we know here in the UK? Is that all we can represent in our films? It's like, is that all we're about? Like, it was a random thought that I just had yesterday. But in terms of like the whole interview, I thought I've never really seen Jayde in this light as somebody who is in the social media scene. It's important that whilst we make our judgment based on the drama, we also get to know the person behind the drama. And personally for me, like I believe in giving people chances. Like if a drama comes along and I do a video on it, I will make my judgment based on that particular drama. I won't judge that person's entity. I know a lot of people do that. Sometimes it will take longer for people to grow because they're not learning the lesson. When you fail a test, you have to repeat it until you pass. That's what it's like for some people. The reason they keep going through the same drama is because they keep failing the test that is being put before them. The test is not the drama. The drama is just a result of the test. Do you get what I mean? Drama could be presented to you, and the way that you react, that's where your test is. If you keep reacting the same way, then you're going to keep getting the same results. And if you keep getting the same results, then guess what? You're going to have to go through that same test again. And sometimes that's what it is. People are just not learning, and it makes it even harder when people act like they're not the problem. That's one thing that I liked about this interview with Jayde, was that she recognized that a lot of the things that she was getting herself into, it wasn't people alone. She was also part of the problem. She would come on social media and she would just react like anyhow. She admitted where she was wrong, and she pretty much answered all of the questions. So guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section if you watched it. If you are new to my channel, feel free to subscribe, and I'll speak to you guys in my next video.